everyone, this is Mrs. Sharp. I wanted to share with you a few stories from my collection, 125 True Stories of Amazing Animals. This week in pre-K we're talking about reptiles and amphibians, so I went through and picked out the stories that have to do with those kinds of animals. Why don't we take a closer look and see what they've been up to?
Okay, first up is this two-headed snake. Wow. It's in St. Louis, Missouri. This is an albino black rat snake named Wee. Wow. That's not a second snake. That's another head. It says that Wee's heads are actually twins from two eggs that grew together, which is very unusual. But you know what's even more unusual? This snake is a girl snake on one head and a boy snake on the other head. Isn't that crazy? It says here that most two-headed snakes only live for a few months, but Wee, who lives in an aquarium, is already 7 years old. Wow. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that a black rat snake can grow nearly 8.5 feet long? That makes it one of the longest snakes in North America. Oh my gosh. I hope I don't meet a two-headed snake anytime soon. All right, let's see who's next. Oh, here we go. Giant tortoise in Jerusalem, Israel. Here is Arava, the African spurred tortoise. It says that Arava arrived at a zoo in Jerusalem and she couldn't move her back legs. So she just spent all her time tucked up inside her shell. The veterinarians felt really bad for her and they tried to come up with a solution, so look what they gave her. Wheels. Her front legs were still working, so it says that a metal worker built a special two-wheeled metal platform with straps, kind of like a skateboard, and they put it on Arava. She took a few steps and started rolling, and it says now she likes to zip all around with the other tortoises. It says here the fun fact is tortoises like Arava can live to be 70 years old. Wow. All right, who's next? Let's see, where's our next page? There we go. Oh, this is one of my favorites. In India, it says, what is a mouse to do when it's floating up the street without a paddle? Hitch a ride on a frog. This mouse was caught on a flooded street during a monsoon. A monsoon is like when it rains so much that the water just floods everywhere, water in the streets. This mouse might have been a goner, but this frog swam by and the mouse climbed right on. What a cutie. Okay. Oh, this is a sweet story. This is in Cornwall, England, Timmy the tortoise. And apparently he won't go to sleep unless he has his best friend, Tanya. But you know, what do you notice about Tanya here? Can you tell? Tanya is not a real tortoise. It's a plastic toy. But apparently they spend all their time together. If Timmy wants to go somewhere, he pushes Tanya along with him. They have been friends for 20 years. At first, when Timmy came to the tortoise sanctuary, they put him in with other real tortoises, but the other tortoises weren't so nice. They chased Timmy and they bit him. So now he lives in his own special place and he just has his buddy, Tanya. That's a sweet story. Okay, so now our last crazy story, whoa, is the creature from the Black Laguna. Can you see how enormous? I'm going to hold it up a little bit. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This is in California, right here in the United States. It said for 30 years, fishermen told tales of Old Bob, a beast that would gulp ducks and snap fishing lines. But once, during a lake cleanup, a couple workers caught something in their net. It had scary jaws and long claws, but it wasn't a monster. It was an alligator snapping turtle. These kinds of turtles live in the southeastern part of the U.S., and he was probably once somebody's pet that got released into the wild. He's now 100 pounds, and he's pretty mean. He now lives in a special place where they can take care of him. They think he's 30 to 50 years old, but he could live to be 100. You might wonder, why are they called alligator snapping turtles? Well, they catch fish. Maybe, I don't know why they're called alligator, but it says here that they have little pink worm-shaped pieces of skin on their tongues that look like, well, tiny little worms. They open their mouths and they wriggle around, and fish swim in and think they're going to eat a worm. And then when they get close enough, chomp. The snapping turtle grabs them. Wow, look at the size of that mouth. That's huge. Old Bob. I'm going to stay away. And that's it, boys and girls. Oh my goodness, so many fun things in this book, but I'm glad there were some amphibian and reptile stories to share. I hope you enjoyed them, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.